Hello students and welcome to Smart Kids Tutorials. In this video, we'll be solving logarithm questions which will be coming for 3 marks in the board exams. So I've taken these questions from Rajam's unsolved papers. So different types of examples are there. You can try solving them on your own. Here I've solved them for those of you who find logarithms a bit difficult to understand. So the first question is 6.782 raised to 3 into square root of 0.0043 whole thing upon 35.29. Okay, so first thing we do is we'll assume that this is equal to x, that x equal to 6.782 whole cube, okay, into square root of 0.0043 whole thing upon 35.29. Then it's like multiplying log on both sides. So we get log of x equal to log of this whole thing again. 6.782 cube into square root of 0.0043 whole thing upon 35.29, and we close the bracket. Next, we apply the logarithm laws. Now, there are two laws that we apply over here, and I'll just show you other side. So, one is log of in fact, three laws. First one that we apply the log of m raised to n, which can be written as n times log m. So, first thing I'm going to do is log of 6.82 whole cube. We can write it as 3 times log of 6.782. Okay. Now, the next law that I'm going to apply is log of m into n can be written as log of m plus log of n. Okay. So, plus, so this into this we can write as log of square root of 0.04, sorry, 0, let me make this mistake, 0.0043, and the next law is log of m upon n can be written as log of m minus log of n. Okay, so three laws. Log of m raised to n can be written as n times log m. Log of m into n can be written as log of m plus log of n, and log of m upon n can be written as log of m minus n. So multiplication goes with addition, division goes with subtraction. Okay, and so don't have space over here. You need to put a bracket over here so that you don't get confused. And then minus log of 35.29. Okay? Because this is division. These two follow log of m into log of n law. So this will become log of m plus log of n, what is written over here. And this whole thing is a numerator, whole thing is a denominator. So m upon n. So m is added over here minus log of n. So that is minus log of 35.29. There's one more thing to do is this square root sign. So I have not done it over here. This square root sign means actually half. The value of this is half. So I'll show you. I'll do an additional step. This for those of you to understand who do not know how things are going. So I'll rewrite this whole thing. Log of x you can write as 3 times log of 6.782 plus, now this square root of 0.0043 actually means 0.0043 raised to half. So let's say we have square root of x. Okay. Square root of x can be written in exponential form as x raised to half, because the power of this is half. If it was cube root, so if it was something like this, then this would have become x raised to 1 upon 3. Okay. Or otherwise this is the power. Square root means half. So when you write this as half, so if this is half, log of 0.0043 raised to half means we can use the log of m raised to n formula. So log, and so we can say this can be written as half of log of 0.0043 minus log of 35.29. Okay, and now we'll remove the logs here. So log of x equal to 3 into 6.782. So first find out the characteristics. Since in 9th standard you must have studied about finding the characteristics. So since you have only one digit before the decimal point, so that means the characteristic will become 0. Okay, so it's 1 minus 1 formula V. So if it is 2, then it's 2 minus 1. Any number before decimal, how many numbers that we have before decimal, minus 1 gives us the characteristic. So this is one number which is there before the decimal. So 1 minus 1 gives me 0. And then we find out 6782, log of 6782. So to find log of 6782, go to 67 in this. So over here in logarithms, you have this one column, then you have 9 of them over here, and then you have another 9 over here. So as we solve this type of problems, you will understand how we find the logarithm using this table. So first 2 digits is what we got to take. So first 2 digits is 67. And when you look at the logarithm table, you don't look at the decimal point. You just look at the numbers. Okay, and ignore the decimal point. So first 2 digits are 67. So we look at 67 where? In the very first column. So we don't have 67 here. We turn it and we'll find out 67 over here. Okay, so if it's a good practice to keep the ruler so that you don't miss the numbers. Okay, because you have to read from left to right. So 67 is your number. This is followed by number 8. Then we take a single digit. So now after 67, in that very same row means this vertical column, horizontal rows. In this very row, we look at where is the number 8, and here 8 is over here, and we look at the number that is corresponding to 8. So we come down to 8 and we see then towards the left if it is with 67. So 67, 8, so that is 8312. We are at 8312 and the last number is 2. So for that you look under the 3 columns which say about mean differences. So 67 here, followed by 8, come down over here, followed by 2. Where is 2 over here in mean differences? This one. So you come down and it says 1 corresponding with 67. So 6, 7, 8, 2. So you add them up, 8312 plus 1. That will give us 8313. So we write over here 8313. Okay, that's how we find log. Next one now, half into, okay. So now we have log of 0.0043. Now this is a different rule slightly over here. Here we only count the zeros. So if there is a 0 before the decimal point, we count that 0 and any other zeros that come following after that immediately. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3 zeros and they are counted as negative. Okay, so this will become bar 3. Bar 3, and then you find the logarithm of 43. Okay, we take the first 2 digits. Okay, non-zero digits. Okay, so we have 43 over here. So 43 is going to be here, and since there is no number after 43, so we can just look at what does 43 tell us. So we look at 43 here, and this is 0. Look, this is 0, and it comes here. So 43 is 6335. So we write 6335. minus log of 35.29. Now the previous law applies, which says if you have 2-digit non-zero digit, then what you do? You minus 1 from that. So 2 digits are there, 2 minus 1 is 1. So characteristic is 1. Now to find the log, search this 3529. So 35, you look at 35, which is over here. Okay. This is 35. Then should come 2, which is, look at the corresponding number for 2. Here, 5465. And then 9. Where is 9? 9 is right over here. So come right down. It says it is 11, which is corresponding with 35. So 35 2, which is 5465. 5465 plus 11. That gives us 5476. So 5476 is the answer here. Okay. Now next is multiplication. So log of x, so 3. Now 3 into 0.8313. So I'll do it over here because the space will anyways remain. I'll do it here so to show you how it works out. So 0.8313 multiplied by 3. So 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9, 3 8s are carry to 4. So 3 into 0 is 0, plus 1, plus 2, sorry, becomes 2. So don't forget the decimal. So 2.4939. So we write over here 2.4939. Okay. Next, this is bar 3.6335 divided by 2. Now we can't divide this 3 is not divisible by 2 because there's a bar. There's a different way of actually solving this thing. So what we do is we make it into a immediate next number which is divisible. The next immediate number which is divisible by 2 is 4. So we need to convert this from bar 3 to bar 4. And we do that this way. So half we take outside. And this bar 3 will write like this. And to that we'll add minus 1. And to balance this minus 1, we're going to add plus 1. Okay. And add it to 0.6335. I'll show you how I got this. And we write this the way it is. Minus 1.5476. Okay. So I'll put a line for all the rough work column, which I will be doing. So you separate the fair work from the rough work. Now, how did I get this? Okay. Bar 3.6335 can be written as bar 3 plus 0.6335. I'll show you. So if I write it over here, see what I'm saying is we can write bar 6335. It can be separated out as bar 3 plus 0.6335. So if we add this together, we'll get this back bar. Okay. So it's just being separated out. So in this case, bar 3 separated out plus 0.6335 is separated out. And in between there, because of the because we want to divide, so we want the minus 1 over here so that it becomes bar 4. Okay. Bar means negative. So minus 1 minus 3 should become minus 4. Now to balance this minus 1 so that this number does not get disturbed, we add a plus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 becomes 0. In other what it means to say that this thing does not get disturbed. Okay. It remains the same. So this operation over there that we have carried out is just to get to the next step, that is division step. Next we write it as log of x, I forgot to write here. Log of x equal to 2.4939, just repeating it, plus half and minus 3 minus 1 gives us bar 4 plus 1 plus 0.6335 gives us 1.6335. Okay. See, 1 actually means it is 1.0000. if you add this to 0.6335, you will get 53361. 1.66335. The same thing over here, you get this 1.6335 minus 1.5476. I'll repeat this again. Now we can write this as log of x equal to 2.4939 plus this 2 is getting divided with both of them. So bar 4 upon 2 plus 1.6335 upon 2 minus 1.5476. Now we'll divide this. We'll get log of x equal to 2.4939 plus 2 2s are 4. So they will get bar 2 plus here 2 1s are 2, 2 zeros are 0, 2 8 are 16, 2 1s are 2, carry 1, so 13. So 2 6 are 12, carry 1 15, 2 7s are 14, and then if we take it further, it becomes 2 5s are 10. So we get 8 1 6 7 5. Okay, so this will, if we take 0, it will become 2 5s are 10, like that, minus 1.5476. Now we'll write it in the proper format. So this can be written as log of x equal to 2.4939 plus bar 2 added to this gives us bar 2 816. Now instead of 7, we round it to the next number. We just write 4 digits after the decimal point. So it's if you get a number, the fifth number digit, okay, after a decimal point, if you get 5 and above, the fourth digit can be rounded up to the next number. So instead of writing 8167, we can round it up and say 8168 minus 1.5476. Now we add and we subtract. So to 2.4939, we'll add bar 2 8168. This is an addition operation. Okay. So we add 9 plus 8, 17, carry 1. 9 6 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 1 is 10, so carry 1, again 0 comes down, 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 plus 1 is 11, so 1 on top, 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 8 13, so we take 1 on top, and now this is bar 2. Bar 2 means minus, so minus 2 plus 2 becomes 0, but this 1 is there on top, so this will become 1.3107. So we write log of x equal to 1.3107 minus 1.5476 from here. So we minus this one, minus 1.5476. 7 minus 6, 1. So we carry, we take 1 from here. This will become 0. This will become 10. 10 minus 7 is 3. Since this is 0, we can't subtract. So we take 1 from here. That is from 3. So it will become 2. So it will become 10 minus 4 is 6. So this 2 minus 5. Again, we can't take from here. So we take 1 from it. This becomes 0. 12 minus 5 is 7. And 0 minus 1 here will become minus 1. So we don't write minus 1. We write bar 1. So we get log of x equal to bar 1.7631. Okay, so log operation, and after this, now we need to get the value of x. So we take antilog. Antilog of log of x gives us x. So this will become x, and on the other side, when antilog is multiplied to this number, it will give us antilog of bar 1.7631. Okay. Now, to get the value, now many of the time students get confused with if bar 1 is there, where will the decimal point come? So all I would say to you, forget about that decimal point at the moment. Just look to find out, when we find out about the antilog, we only look at the 4-digit number after the decimal point. Okay, we do not worry about this bar 1 to write the number, to find the antilog. So just find out 0.7631. Again, take the first two digits, then the third digit, and then the fourth digit in the mean differences. So this is the logarithm page. You got to turn to the, see these two are logarithm page. You got to turn to the anti-logarithm page. And then find where is 0.76. So 0.76 is going to be on the other page. And if you look at 0.76, it's 0.7631. Okay. So 0.76 is here. Take the ruler. So 0.76 is here. See, where is 3? Come down from here. It's here. 3. And to this you have to add from the main differences under 1, column 1. Because it says 7631. Okay. So under 1 comes 1 only. So 763 is 5794. To that you have to add 1. So 57950. So we write 5795. Okay. This was for antilog of bar 1. 7631. Okay, 579. Now the question comes of where do we put the decimal point? Now when we find the log of any number, okay, let's say in this case only, since we found over here logs, we found let's say log of 35.29. When we find log of 35.29, we write the characteristic followed by the log, okay, value. That is a value of 353529. Okay. We wrote this number and we got this. If we find the anti-log of this, it will give us back this number 35.29. So in that way, it's more like finding a mirror image of each other. So in this case, if we find the anti-log of this, it will give us this, right? Now, let's say we do not know this number and we have to find the anti-log of this. So we 54676 and we get 3529 as our answer. Now where will the decimal point come? If you look closely, this says 1, right? How did we get 1? 2 minus 1 give us 1. Okay. In this case, we counted the number of zeros as negative numbers. So 1, 2, 3 and we wrote bar 3. In this case, we had only one number before the decimal point and we said 1 minus 1, that is 0. Okay. So that's how we got this number, this characteristic, okay, elsewhere. Now, we need to get this back. So when will it give us bar 1? Okay. In case of this one, it will give us bar 1 only when there is a 0 over here. Okay. Now in this way you can read. If you go to find the log of this number, what will you get? If you go to find, let's, as an exercise, let's find out. Okay. Because many students do get confused as to where will the zeros come. And so all you need to do is just remember how to find the characteristic. Don't bother about breaking your head as to what the number will, where the decimal point will come when you're going to find the anti-log. Just remember about the characteristic. Characteristic is simple rule. Okay. Any digit before the decimal point minus 1. If there is a 0, you count 0 as negative 1. Let's say we have to find the log of this. So first your characteristic will be what? Your characteristic will be bar 1 because there's a 0 over there. We count zeros as negative. Okay. Now next, find the logarithm of 5795. And we go to logarithm treatment and we go to 5795. So 57 is here. Where is 9? 9 is here. Where is 5? 5 is here. 4. So 579, 9 is 7627. To that we have to add 4. So we will get 7631. Correct? And this is answer. See? So when you're in doubt as to what the answer that you have got after finding the antilog is correct or not. Okay, especially in case of the characteristic that the decimal point where you have put, just see that if you take the log of that number, whatever you have got, is the characteristic matching with the number over here when you're taking the antilog. If it is matching, you're correct. If it is not matching, then you are wrong. See then in which way are you going to get that characteristic, where if the decimal point shifts from one place to another. Okay, so we will continue with this exercise as we solve more and more. This is the end of this particular problem, and we have found the value of x. That is what we were asked to find. So logarithm meaning x was nothing but the logarithm whatever we had assumed in the beginning. And what we had assumed in the beginning, this particular problem, we assume this as x. Now the value of this in logarithm terms we have got as 0.5795. That is the answer. So before we proceed to the next problem, I've taken a long time to explain the first one, especially for those who do not know the laws of logarithm, how to apply them, how to find logarithm and anti-logarithm, and so forth. Okay, in this problem, we'll move faster now for the remaining problems. Okay, but before that, just need to, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Share this video with your friends as well as your classmates who are going to appear for board exams, who do not understand is find it logarithms difficult. And please do subscribe to the channel. Okay, it definitely helps me to do more videos. So let's proceed to the second question. Square root of 693.7 into 42.03 whole thing upon 58. Okay, proceed further. So we once again same exercise, let x equal to square root of 693.7 into 42.03 whole thing upon 58. Can write this as log of x equal to log of square root of 693.7 into 42.03 whole thing upon 58. Close the bracket. Then this can be separated out based on the log laws of the logarithm. So log of square root of 693.7. Okay, so since this is square root, okay, we can write this as half of log of 693.7 into 42.03. So it's common because the square root sign is common to both of them. So half I've taken out, minus log of 58. This is 58. So the on top, once again, two laws are there. Log of m raised to n for this full thing. And then we'll be applying log of m into n is equal to log of m plus n. And straight away we have applied, since this is log of m upon n, we have applied log of m minus log of n. So log of 58. We can write this as half log of, we take this into bracket, half outside, log of 693.7 plus log of 42.03, close the bracket, minus log of 58. Okay. Now we keep the half outside and we find the logarithm of 693. So since there are 3 digits before the decimal point, so 3 minus 1, 2. So characteristic becomes 2. Now we find the logarithm of 6937. So look at where is 69. So 69 is here, 3 is here, and 7 is over here, 4. 69, 3 is 8407, and 4 is 69, 3, 7. Sorry. So 3 is 8407, 8411, because to this you have to add 4 from here. So 8411, 8411 plus, sorry, not bar 2, this is just 2, 693.7, 2. Characteristic is 2, not bar 2, sorry. 3 minus 1 is 2. Here there are 2 digits before decimal point, so 2 minus 1 is 1. So 1 and 4203. 42. This will be on the other page. Let me see. Sorry, there's a mistake over here. Forgot to inform you. This is cube root, okay, not square root, cube root. So we write over here cube, and this will also become cube. And now since this is cube, this will become 3 over here. Okay, 3 will become, not 2. And here also change it to 3. 3 over here. 4203. So 42 is over here. Okay, 42 is over here. 42, 0 is over here. Okay, and followed by 3. So 6235 is the answer. So 6235, close the bracket, minus log of 58. 58 means 58.0. So that means 2 numbers before decimal point. So that means 2 minus 1 is 1. So 1 point log of 58. Find out 58. 58 is over here. So 58 is here. That is 7634. We write over here 7634. Okay, and put 1 upon 3. Okay, and we can add them up over here, or we can even divide them. So we'll divide them straight away into 2.8411 plus 1 upon 3 into 1.6235 minus log of, sorry, not log of, you already got the log, 1.7634. Okay, then we divide this. So this will become 3 into, when we divide, 3 divided by 2 will become, sorry, we will get 0 here, because this is not divisible by 2. Next will be 9. 3 9s are 27. 1 4. 3 4s are 12. 2 1. 3 7s are 21. And this is not divisible, number 1. So this is 0. So 0.9470 we get. Here again 3 0, not 1 is not divisible. 3 5s are 15. 1 2. 3 4s are 12. 3 1s are 3. 3 1s are 3, followed by 2, which remains 20. 3 6 are 18. So instead of writing 6, because it becomes the 5th digit, I round this up to 2. So 0.515412 minus, again I've written log over here, sorry about that. Okay, it's 1.7634. So 1.7634 over here. So we add this up first. 0.9470 added to 0.5412, and we get 0 plus 2 is 2, 7 plus 1 is 8, 4 plus 4 is 8, 9 plus 5 is 14, carry 1. So that becomes 1 plus 0 is 1. So we get 1.4882, and now we have to minus 1.7634. Minus 1.7634. Okay, now this 2 cannot 2 minus 4 cannot proceed, so we have to take 1 from here. This will become 7. This will become 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. 7 minus 3 is 4. 8 minus 6 is 2. We can't do 4 minus 7, so we borrow 1 from here. This will become 0. 14 will become 7. 14 minus 7, and 0 minus 1 will give us bar 1. 7 2 4. So we get log of x equal to bar 1 7 2 4 8. Now we need to find x. So for that, it is anti-log we take on both sides, and we get x equal to anti-log of bar 1 7 2 4 8. So we need to find 0.7248 first. Okay. We go to the anti-log table. We go to 0.72, and where is 0.72? Here. 0.72 4 8. 8 is over here. 10. 0.72 4 8. So 5297, to that we have to add 10. So that will give us 5307. So 5307. And now we need bar 1. So for that we'll need a 0 here. So when we take log of this, the characteristic we get is bar 1. So 5307 is the answer of this particular problem. Next problem, 3.25 whole square into 81 whole thing upon cube root of 27.4. Begin with the assumption first. Let x equal to 3.25 whole square into 81 whole thing upon square root of 27.4 cubed. Then log of x equal to log of the whole thing, that is 3.25 square into 81 whole thing upon cube root of 27.4. Close the bracket. Then we'll apply the laws of logarithm. Log x equal to 2 times log of 3.25 plus log of 81 minus 1 upon 3 log of 27.4. Why 1 upon 3? Because it is cube root. Okay. And why 2 over here? Because this whole thing is raised to 2. Okay. Now we find the logs of these three numbers. So 2 into 3.25. So 3 is the number, only one digit before the decimal point. So characteristic becomes 0. 3 to 5. So 32.32 and 5. So we look at where is 32. So 32 is here. And then we need a 5. So 5 comes from here. Okay. So 32 and 5. 5119. 5119. Okay. Plus log of 81. So there are two digits. 81 means 81.0. That means two digits before 0. Before decimal point, sorry. That means 2 minus 1 is 1. So 1 is the characteristic. 81, log of 81. Log of 81 is here. 9085. We write over here 9085. Minus 1 upon 3. This is 27.4. So two digits are there before decimal point. That means characteristic becomes 1. 1 point. So 27 and 4. So look at that. 27 and 4. 4, 3. Sorry. 27 and 4. So 4, 3, 7, 8. 4, 3, 7 and 4. Oh yeah. 4378 is the answer. 4378. Next we'll multiply and we'll divide. So log of x equal to 2 into this. So this will become 2 nines to the multiplication here. Draw a rough column over here. So you have 0.5119 multiplied by 2. 2 nines are 18, carry 1, 2 ones are 2, plus 1, 3, 2 ones are 2, 2 fives are 10, carry 1, so 1, 1.0238. So 1.0238 plus 1.9085 minus, and then there's a division over here. So 3, 0 into 0, 3 4s are 12. Learn how to do the division over here, okay? 3 4s are, if you want, you can do the long division also. 3 4s are 12, carry 2, 2 3, 3 7s are 21, carry 2 again, 27, 3 9s are 27. Then 3 2s are 6, and then 2 remains, so 20, 3 6 are 18. That means we can round up from 2 to 3 over here. So 4793. Now we add this up. So first thing we'll add 1.0238. To that we'll add 1.9085. 8 plus 5, 13, carry 1. Okay, and 8 plus 4 is 12, carry 1. So that becomes 3, 9, and 2 over here. So 2.9323. 2.9323 minus 0.4793. Let's see what answer we'll get. Okay. Minus 0.4793. So 3 minus 3 is 0. 2 minus 9 we can't proceed. So we'll borrow 1 from here. This will become 2. This will become 12. 12 minus 9 is 3. 2 minus 7 we can't proceed. So we'll borrow 1 from here. This will become 8. This will become 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. 8 minus 4 is 4. And 2 minus 0 is 2. So we get 2.4530. And now we take the antilog. So this will become x. And this will be written as antilog of 2.4530. So we just need to find antilog from the antilog table 4530, 0.4530. So we look at antilog table. Okay. Don't get confused between logarithm table and antilog table. 4530. So 45 is over here. 45 followed by 3, which is how you can see here. 45 is here. 3 is over here. Okay, and there is no 0 over here. It starts from 1. Okay, so 4530 means this one, 2838. So we write over here 2838. Now where will the decimal point come? Okay, it says 2. That means it has to come over here, 283.8. Why? If we take the log of this, the characteristic will be what? 2. How 2? Because there are 3 digits before the decimal point. 3 minus 1 is 2. That is what we get. So 283.8 is the answer. Fourth question, cube root of 916.4 into 2.15, whole thing upon square root of 0.648 into square of 0.0179. Let's begin. Let x equal to cube root of 916.4 into 2.15, whole thing upon square root of 0.648 into square of 0.0179. And log of x equal to log of cube root of 916.4 into 2.15, whole thing upon square root of 0.648 into square of 0.0179, close the bracket. Then log of x equal to, as it was cube root, so that would be 1 upon 3 log of 916.4 plus log of 2.15 minus 1 upon 2 because it is square root, log of 0.648 into, sorry, not into, plus. Okay, so this we can put a bracket over here because it is division sign. So plus 2 times log of 0.0179, close the bracket. So now we find the log. So log of x, you can see, equal to 1 upon 3 into log of 916.4. Because there are 3 digits before the decimal point, the characteristic will be 2. Then we need to find 9164. So that is logarithm. So that will be here. 91 is here. 6 is here. Okay, this is 6. Then 4. So 2 needs to be added to this. That is 9614. To that we need to add 2. So this will become 9616. So we have a look. Let's have a look. I think we made a mistake. So 91 is here. 6 is over here. 9619. Okay, and 2 comes under 4. So that is 9619 plus 2. So 9621. So 9621 plus log of 2.15. So because there is one digit before the decimal point, the characteristic will be 0, 21 and 5. So chain 1, 21 and 5 is here, 3, 3, 2, 4. 3, 3, 2, 4. Minus, I'm opening a bracket, so minus half into 0.648. So because it's 0, the characteristic will be bar 1, 64. So that is here, over here, 64 and 8. So that 64 is here and 8 is over here. Okay, so that means 8116. 8116 plus, so it won't be plus, sorry. When we open the bracket, minus sign applies to both of them. So this will become minus 2 times into log of 0.0179. Because there are 2 zeros, so it will be bar 2, 179. So that is, it means 17 and 9. So 17 is over here. 17 is here, 9 is here. So that means 2529. 2529. Okay. Let's work this out. Log of x equal to, this is division. So this will be 0.39 are 27, 2638 are 24, 24, 2, 2, 3, 7s are 21, 1, 1, 3, 3s are 9, and then 3, 6 are 18. So this will become 4.9874. So I'm rounding it up over here, otherwise it comes 9873. And then the next decimal, it will come 6. So I'm rounding this up to make it 9.9874 plus 0.3324 minus, now here we need to divide. Again, we can't divide because this is bar 1. So we'll have to convert this to the next number which gets divisible by 2, and that will be 2. So we need to have bar 2 over here. So we'll do that. We'll take half outside and bracket will take bar 1. And we put, sorry, minus 1, then plus 1 plus 0.8116. Close this bracket. Okay. And then minus, and this is 2 into this. So I'll show you the calculation. I'll do it over here to show just the calculation for those of you who do not know to do it. Bar 2, 2529 into 2. So this becomes 2 9s are 18, carry 1, 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5, 2 5s are 10, 2 2s are 4, 5, 2 2s are 4. So bar 4 will get. Okay. So we write over here as bar 4.5058. Let's proceed further. So this we can add, and we finish one operation first before. So I'll do it again over here, this corner. So that is 0.9874 plus 0.3324. Okay. So 0.9874 plus 0.3324. And add this up. 4 plus 4 gives us 8. 7 plus 2 is 9. 8 plus 3 is 11. Carry 1. 9 plus 3 is 12. Plus 1, 13. Carry 1. So we get 1.3198. Write it over here. So I've added these two now. Log of x equal to 1.3198 minus half. Now we'll solve. So minus bar 1 and minus 1 will give us bar 2. Okay. plus 1 plus 0.8116 gives us 1.8116. Close the bracket, and minus bar 4.5058. Log of x equal to 1.3198. Now this will be divisible bar 2 divisible by 2 plus, minus sign is there outside. The minus sign, we'll keep it outside at the moment, and I'm just taking this 2 in the denominator inside. So it is divisible for both of them. So 1.8116 divided by 2 minus bar 4.5058. Log of x equal to 1.3198 cancels, and we will get bar 1 plus, so will be 0.29 are 18, then 0 again, 2 5s are 10, 16, so 2 8s are 16, minus bar 4.5058. Then log of x equal to 1.3198 minus this added to this will give us bar 1.9058 minus bar 4.5058. Okay, so now we solve for this. So for that, I'll just make a column over here for our work. So this is 1.3198 minus bar 1.9058. 8 minus 8 is 0, 9 minus 5 is 4, 1 minus 0 is 1, and this is 3 minus 9, so we'll have to borrow from here. So it will become 0, this will become 13. 13 minus 9 is 4, and so we are left with bar 1 over here, but bar 1 minus of minus 1, it will become positive 1. See, bar 1 is actually negative. So in other words, this operation is this way. This minus sign is here in brackets. Instead of bar 1, you can write as minus 1. So minus of minus becomes positive 1. So that is why positive 1, 4.40. See, write log of x equal to 1.4140 minus bar 4.5058. The same thing we'll do here, bar 4.5058. 0 minus 8 we can't do, so we borrow 1 from here. This will become 3, this will become 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. Again 3 minus 5 we can't do, we'll have to borrow. So we borrow from here, this becomes 0, this will become 13. This becomes 8, 0 minus 0, this is 0. 4 minus 5 cannot be done, so we borrow from here, this will become 0, this is 14. 14 minus 5 is 9. So we got 0.9082. And once again, this is minus and bar 4. So this will become positive. So we get positive 4. So 4.9082 is what we get. So log of x equal to 4.9082. And then we say x equal to anti-log of 4.9082. Now we need to find the anti-log of 0.9082. I will worry about that 4 later. Okay, let's find out what is. So go to the anti-log section and go to where it says 0.90. So where is 0.90? 0.9082 it is. 0.90 is here. 8 is over here. And 2 is over here. So we will have to add the value of 2 to 8091. That is 4. So we get 8095. Okay. So we write 8095. Now because it's 4, when we'll get 4? If the decimal, there are 5 digits before the decimal. So if there is 4, that means the decimal point will have to come later on. So one more 0 we'll have to put. Now 80950 means 80,950.0. Okay. So that means how many digits are there before the decimal? There are 5. So that means the characteristic will become 4. Okay. So this is your answer, 80950. Next question, 0.039 into cube of 4.08 whole thing upon square root of 31.48. Begin. Let x equal to 0.039 into cube of 4.08 whole thing upon square root of 31.48. We say log of x equal to log of in brackets 0.039 into 4.08 whole cube whole thing upon square root of 31.48. Close the bracket. This can be written as log of x equal to, we can write this as log of 0.039 plus 3 times log of 4.08 minus half log of 31.48. 48. Okay. Now we'll start working with this. This is log of x. So here there are two zeros, so that means characteristic will be bar 2. You need to find logarithm of 39. So see, where is 39th? Sorry. 39 is here. So 5911. 5911. Then plus 3 into, there is only one digit before the decimal point. So this will be 0, 40 and 8. Let's see, 40 and 8. 40. 8 is over here. So 6107. 6107 plus half into, there are two digits before decimal point. That means characteristic will be 1. 3148. So 3148. 4 is here and 8 is here. This is 4. 4969. It is here. So 4980. 4980. Log of x, and we got it over here 2 bar 2.5911 plus 3 into 1.8321. Now it's correct. Plus, this is not plus, this is minus here. This will be minus because it was in the denominator. Half, we need to divide it. So this will be 0.7, 2 sevens are 14, 2 fours are 8, carry 1 8, 2 nines are 18, 0. So 0.7490. Now we'll carry out the subtraction. So this multiplication is left, so we'll do the multiplication over here. Okay. Sorry, this was already multiplied. Sorry, that was correct. Just got confused over here. Just ignore this part. 3 into this gives us 1.8321. Sorry about that. Just ignore that part. Log of 0.039 gives us this. 3 into log of this. So log of 4.08 is this. So 3 remains there. Minus half log into 31.48. 31.48 log is 4980. Okay. Then we multiply 3 into 0.6107. We get 1.8321. And here when we divide 1.4980 by 2, we get 0.7490. And now we'll add them to a rough column over here. Okay. So there's bar 2.5911. And then we add to that 1.8321. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 9 is 12, carry 1. 8 plus 5 is 13, 13 plus 1 is 14, carry 1. This is bar 2 over here, okay. So 1 plus 1 is 2 and bar 2 is considered minus 2. So that means minus 2 and plus 2 will give us 0. So we get 0.4232. 0.4232 minus 0.7490. So minus 0.7490. 2 minus 0 is 2. 3 minus 9 we can't do, so we'll have to borrow from here 1. This will become 1. This will become 13. 13 minus 9 is 4. 1 minus 4 we can't do, so we have to borrow 1 from here. This will become 3. This will become 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. 3 minus 7 we can't do, so we'll have to borrow from here. This is already 0, so we'll write over here minus 1. So 13 minus 7 gives us 6, and this 0 here, but this is minus 1, so this will be bar 1. Bar 1, 6742. Log of x equal to bar 1.6742. The x equal to antilog of 674 bar 1, bar 1.6742. So let's see, just focus on 0.6742 for now. Go to the anti-logarithm section and 60.67. 0.67 is here. Where is 4? 4 is here. And 6742. So 2 is here. So this 2 we'll have to add to this number 4721. We get 4723. Write 4723. Now when do we get bar 1 is our characteristic? When there's a 0 in front. Okay. So this is when we'll get bar 1. Characteristic of this, if you go to remove log of this, characteristic will be bar 1. So this is our answer, 0.4723. Next question, cube root of 0.95 into 16.2 whole square, whole thing upon 15.81 into 8.73. So the whole thing is under cube. So first we'll begin with let x equal to, do not forget the cube, 0.95 into 16.2 square, whole thing upon 15.81 into 8.73. Again, so log of x equal to log of cube root again, 0.95 into 16.2 whole square, whole thing upon 15.81 into 8.73. Okay, then we can say 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 I'm going to take it separately outside. Okay, and you can say log of 0.95 into 16.2 whole square, whole thing upon 15.81 into 8.73. Okay, and now we'll start opening this up. 1 by 3 we'll keep it separately outside. You can say this is log of 0.95 plus 2 times, because this 2 is there, power 2 times log of 16.2 minus, because this whole thing is under 15.81 and 8.73 are part of the denominator. So you can say minus log of 15.81 minus log of 8.73, and we close the bracket. Okay. Now we'll find the values. So equal to 1 by 3 into log of 0.95. So 0 is there before the decimal, so that means the characteristic becomes bar 1. And then we need to find the log of 95. So let's search for log of 95. So log of 95. So it is 9,777. So we write over here 9,777 plus 2 into log of 16.2. So there are 2 digits before the decimal point. So that means characteristic becomes 1. 16 and 2. So that's 2095. You write over here 2095 minus log of 15.8. So there's 2 digits before decimal point. So that means characteristic is 1 again. 15.81. So 15 is here, 8 is here, and 1 is here. So 1987 at 3. So we come 1990. So we get 1990 minus log of 8.73. So 1 digit before decimal. So that means the characteristic is 0, 87 and 3. So 87 is here and 3 is here, 9410. You write 9410, you close the bracket. Only thing remaining is we need to multiply this one. Okay, so we'll do that now. So we write log of x equal to 1 upon 3. In brackets we have bar 1.9777 plus 2 into 1.2095. And that will come to, so 2 5s are 10, carry 1, 2 9s are 18, 19. So that's 1. 2 2s are 4 and 2 1s are 2. So 2.4190 and minus 1.1990 minus 0.9410. So before we open the bracket, we'll solve whatever is there inside the bracket. Okay, and for that I will draw a rough column over here. And now we'll add it over here. So we have bar 1.9777. To this we have to add 2.4190. 7 plus 0 is 7. 7 plus 9 is 16. Carry 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. We carry 1 on top. This is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 becomes 0. And we are left with 2. So 2.3967. Now to that we will minus 1.990. Minus 1.99. Sorry, 1.1990. Okay, so this is over here. 7 minus 0 is 7. So 6 minus 9 can't happen. So we borrow from here. This will become 8. This will become 16. 16 minus 9 is 7. 8 minus 9 not possible. So we borrow 1 from here. This will become 2. This will become 9, 18. So this will become 18 minus 9 is 9. 2 minus 1 is 1. And 2 minus 1 is 1 again. So we get 1.1977. Now again the last part which is there, minus 0.9410. 7 minus 0 is 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. 9 minus 4 is 5. 1 minus 9 not possible. We borrow from here. This becomes 0. This becomes 11. 11 minus 9 is 2. And this is 0 minus 0. So this is 0. So we are left with 0.2567. So what we get is log of x equal to 1 upon 3 into 0.2567. Now we divide. So we get log of x equal to 0. Again 0. 3 8s are 24. 1 6. 3 5s are 15. 1 7. 3 5s are 15. And then 3 6s are. So we get a 0.85. Sorry, I made a mistake over here. Okay, 0.38 are 24, 1 6, 3 5s are 15, 3. Yeah, so this will become 0.0856. Okay, because this will actually go on to become 0.08556. So I'm rounding it up. So I'm making this 5 to 6. So this much is enough. 0.0856. Now to find the antilog, x equal to antilog of 0.0856. So let's go to the antilog section, and that is 0.08. 0.0856. So 0.08 0.08 is here, 5 is over here, see, and 6 is here, 2. So this 2 needs to be added to this 1216. So we will get 1218. So 1218, and because it is 0, we are only looking at this number, not this number. So this is 0. So we'll get 0 when the decimal point is, there's only one digit before the decimal point. So if you go to find the log of this, the characteristic will be 0. 1.218 is the answer. Next problem, 2.79 raised to cube into square root of 0.0651 whole thing upon 3.17. Say let x equal to 2.779 cube into square root of 0.0651 whole thing upon 3.17. Say log of x equal to 2.79 whole cube into log of square root of 0.0651 whole thing upon 3.17. Close the bracket. Then log of x equal to, you can say 3 times log of 2.79 plus half log of 0.0651 minus log of 3.17. Then log of x equal to 3 times, the characteristic will be 0, and then 27 and 9 you have to remove. So those are tables, 27 and 9. So 4, 4, 5, 6. You write 4, 4, 5, 6, 4, 4, 5, 6 plus half log of 0.0651. So characteristic will be bar 2. Bar 2, 65 and 1. We have 65 and 1 is here. So that is 8136. 8136 minus, sorry, not log of 3.17. So one digit before the decimal point, that means characteristic is 0, and 31 and 7. That will be here. 31 is here, 7 is here. 5011. Write 5011. Log of x equal to 3 into this. So multiply this. 3 6 are 18, carry 1. 3 5 are 15, plus 1 16, carry 1. 3 4 are 12, plus 1 13, carry 1. 3 4 are 12, again 13, carry 1. And 3 into 0 is 0, plus 1. So 1.3368. Then plus, and this is division now. So this will be 2 divided, bar 2 divided by 2 gives us bar 1. And this will be 2 4s are 8, 0 to 6 are 12, to 8s are 60. Minus 0.5011. The log of x equal to, so 1.3368 plus 1.4068. We add them. 8 plus 8 is 16, carry 1. 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 1 13, carry 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. 1 plus 1 is 2. We get 2.7436, and we'll minus 0.5011 from there. So 6 minus 1 is 5, 3 minus 1 is 2, 4 minus 0 is 4, 7 minus 5 is 2, 2 minus 0 is 2. We get 2.2425. Okay. I just noticed a small mistake. This was bar 1 and we took it as 1. So this is, if this is bar 1, then it doesn't become 1 plus 1, 2. 1 minus 1 will become, and this will become 0. So it will change over here as well. So this will be Yeah, so this remains the same. 6 minus 1 5, 3 minus 1 2, 4 minus 0 4, 7 minus 5 2, and this is 0 minus 0, so that will become 0. So we get 0.2425. That means x is equal to antilog of 0.2425. So we need to find 0.2425. Antilog 2425. So 24 is here. 2425 is over here. 2. So 2421746 plus 2. So 1748. We get x equal to 1748. Because it's 0 over here, so our decimal point will come here. So when you find the log of this, the characteristic will be 0 as seen over here. So 1.748 is the answer. Next question, 15.98 into square of 3.72 whole thing upon cube root of 81.27. We say let x equal to 15.98 into 3.72 whole square whole thing upon cube root of 81.27. So log of x equal to log of 15.98 into 3.72 whole square whole thing upon cube root of 81.27. Close the bracket. Then log of x equal to log of 15.98 plus 2 times log of 3.72 minus 1 upon 3 log of 81.27. We'll find the logs. Log of x equal to, characteristic here will be 1 because there are 2 digits. 15.9. So 15.9. So 15 is here, 9 is here, and 8 is here, 22. So 22 needs to be added to 14. So that gives us 36. So 2036. 2036 plus 2 into log of 3.72. So the characteristic will be 0, 37 and 2. So 37 is here, 2 is here, 5705. 5705 minus 1 upon 3 into log of 81.27. Characteristic will be 1 because there are 2 digits before decimal point. 8127. 81 is here, 2 is here, and 7 is over here. So 4 needs to be added. 81, 2 is here, 9096. To that we'll have to add 4 because 7. Right? So that will become 9100. We write over here 9100. Then log of x equal to 1.2036 plus 2 into 5 is 10, carry 1. So 1 will come here. 2 sevens are 14, carry 1. 2 fives are 10, plus 1 11, carry 1. So 2 into, so this will be 1.410 minus, this will be 0, 3 6 are 18, 1 1, 3 3s are 9. Okay, that means carry 2. 3 6 are 18, 3 6 are again 18, so 0.6367. We round it up. Now we just add this. For that I'll draw a rough column here. So we write log of x equal to 1.2036. To that we need to add 1.1410. 6 plus 0 we get 6. 3 plus 1 we get 4. 0 plus 4 we get 4. 2 plus 1 we get 3. 1 plus 1 we get 2. So we get 2.3446. To that minus 0.6367. 6 minus 7 not possible, so we borrow 1 from here. This will become 3, this will become 16, we get 9. 3 minus 6 not possible, so we borrow 1 from here. This will become 3, this will become 13. 13 minus 6 we get 7. 3 minus 3 we get 0. 3 minus 6 again not possible, so we borrow 1 from here. This 1 will remain here, so it will become 13. This will become 7, and 1 minus 0 means 1. So we get 1.7079. 1.7079. That means x is equal to antilog of 1.7079, which means x will be equal to, we'll have a look, we'll go to the antilog section. 70. 7 is here and 9 is here, 11. So 11 needs to be added to 5093. So we'll get 5104. We get 5104, and because it says 1 over here, so our decimal points will have to come over here. So if you find the characteristic of this, it will be 1 because there are 2 digits before decimal point. Okay, so here you go. 51.04 is the answer. Problem 651.3 into cube of 4.03 whole thing upon square root of 2.64 into 14.7. So the square root comes below the square root comes both of these numbers. So let's write. So let x equal to 651.3 into 4.03 whole cube whole thing upon square root of 2.64 into 14.7, and we say log of x equal to log of whole thing 651.3 into 4.03 whole cube whole thing upon square root of 2.64 into 14.7, close the bracket, and then we can separate this out as log of x equal to log of 651.3 plus 3 times log of 4.03 minus, you put this in a bracket, and this will be minus half we can take here, log of 2.64 plus log of 14.7. So if you want, you can directly take the minus sign also inside. I prefer to, in this case, I prefer to keep it outside. And half is common to both of them. So half log of this and this, so half I'll keep outside. Close the bracket. Okay. Now we find the log. So log of x equal to log of 651.3. So because there are 3 digits before the number, so the characteristic becomes 2. 6513. This one. 65. 1 is here. 3 is here. So 2 needs to be added to 8136. We will get 8138. 8138. Then plus 3 into log of 4.03. So characteristic will be 0, 40 and 3. So going to be here. 40 is here. 3 is over here. 6053. So you say 6053. Then minus half in brackets log of 2.64. So characteristic will be 0, 26 and 4. 26 is here, 4 is over here, 4216. 4216 plus log of 14.7. So 2 digits before the 2 digits before the decimal point. So characteristic becomes 1. 14 and 7. 14 is over here, 7 is over here. 1673. So 1673. Close the bracket. So what we can do is multiply. In the next step we can multiply this and we can add this too, so that we can divide in the next step. So for that, what I'll do, I'll put a rougher column here, draw a rougher column. There you go. So this will be log of x equal to 2.8138 plus 3 into this. So 3 3s are 9, 3 5s are 15, carry 1. So 1 again. 3 6s are 18, carry 1. This will be 1. 1.8159 minus half into, now we'll add this up. So 0.4216 added to 1.1673. 3 plus 6 plus 3 is 9. 1 plus 7 is 8. 2 plus 6 is 8. 4 plus 1 is 5. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1.5889. Okay. 1.5889. So log of x equal to, we can add this up as well. So we're 2.8138 added to 1.8159. 9 plus 8, 17, carry 1. 5 plus 3, 8, plus 1, 9. 1 plus 1, 2. 8 plus 8, 16, carry 1. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 1, 4. 4.6297 minus, and this needs to be divided. So this is 0.7, 2 sevens are 14, carry 1, 2 nines are 8, 2 fours are 8, 2 fours are 8 again, and then it will be 2 fives are 10. So I'll round it up to the next one. So 0.7945. Now minus 0.7945. 7 minus 5, 2, 9 minus 4, 5. 2 minus 9 not possible, so you borrow 1 from here. This will become 5, this will become 12. 12 minus 9 is 3. 5 minus 7 not possible, borrow 1 from here. This will become 3, this will become 15. 15 minus 7 is 8. 3 minus 0 is 3. So we get log of x equal to 3.8352. And now we need to find the antilog. So x equal to antilog of 3.8352. Okay, so we need to find 0.8352. Let's find out. Go to the antilog section. 0.8352. So 0.83 is here, 2 is over here, and 5 is over here. So with this 8, we need to add to this. So 6792 plus 8 will give us 6792, right? And there is over here 0.832. Sorry, it is 0.8352. So 0.83 is here, but 5 is over here. 8352, and 2 is over here, 3. So 5 is 6839. 6839 plus 3, that gives us 6842. So 6842. Now where will the decimal point come? 3. It says, so that means 4 digits have to be there before the decimal point. So if 6842 actually means 6842.0. Okay, so that's it. This is your answer. Because if you go to find the characteristic of this, it will be 3. So this is your answer, 6842. You come to the last question of this video. So let's solve this one. 728.8 whole thing upon cube root of 53.6 into 0.95. So we say let x equal to 728.8 whole thing upon cube root of 53.6 into 0.95. Say log of x equal to log of 728.8 whole thing upon cube root of 53.6 into 0.95. Close the bracket. We'll open it up. Log of x equal to log of 728.8 minus, take 1 by 3 common, and minus sign also will take common. So we are left with log of 53.6 plus log of 0.95. Close the bracket. Okay, let's find out the logs. Log of x equal to log of 728.8. So characteristic will be 2 since there are 3 digits before the decimal point. 728.8. So that means 72 we'll have to search. 72 is over here, followed by 8, which is over here, and to that we have to add 8 here from the mean differences. So 8621 plus 5 gives us 8626. So right over here. So 8626 minus 1 upon 3 in brackets. So this log of 53.6. So this characteristic will be 1 because there are 2 digits before the decimal point. 53.6. So it will be here 53 and 6. That is 7292 plus log of 0.95. There's 0 before decimal point, so it will be bar 1. 95 we have to search. Okay, so 95. So that is 9777. That's 9777. Close the bracket. Now what we'll do is we'll add this up first. So we get 1.7292 added to bar 1.9777. 2 plus 7, 9. 9 plus 7, 16. Carry 1. 7 plus 2, 9 plus 1, 10. Carry 1, 0. 9 plus 7, 16. 16 plus 1, 17. Carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1.7069. So we write log of x equal to 2.8626 minus 1 upon 3 into 1.7069. Okay. And we'll divide this. So log of x equal to 2.8626 minus 3 0 and 3 5s are 15, carry 2, 2 3 6 are 18, 2 6 26, 3 8s are 24, 29, 3 9s are 27. So 2 remain, so 3 6 are 18. So we'll round this up. So we can say log of x equal to 2.8626 minus 0. So this gets rounded up to the next number. So 89 will become 90. So 89 will become 90. 5690. Now we'll minus this over here. 2.8626 minus 0.5690. Let's see what we get. 6 minus 0 is 6. Then 2 minus 9 not possible. So we borrow 1 from here. This will become 5. This will become 12. 12 minus 9 is 3. 5 minus 6 not possible. Borrow 1 from here. This will become 7. 15. This will become 15. 15 minus 6 is 9. 7 minus 5 is 2. And 2 minus 0 is 2. So we get 2.2936. So log of x we say is 2.2936. That means x is equal to anti-log of 2.2936. So let's find out in anti-log section. 0.2936. So 0.29 is here. And then we have 3 which is over here, 1963. And 3, it is 2936. 2936 is over here, 3. So to 1963 we'll have to add 3 and we'll get 1966. So we get x equal to 1966, and because this is 2, it will become 196.6. So if we find the characteristic of this, it will become 2. So this is your answer. 196.6 is the answer. So with this, we come to an end of this video, and all these problems were taken from the unsolved questions in Rajhouse preparatory for maths level 1. Okay, so I hope you found this video useful, If you have found it useful and if you have liked watching the video, then please hit the like button. Share this video with your friends as well as your classmates. And do not forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon. So whenever the new video is posted, you will get a notification for that. Okay. And the logarithm book, you can use any logarithm book here. I am using this one, Rajam's Logarithmic and Mathematical Tables for schools and colleges. Okay. You can use this book or any other logarithmic table that you've got at home. Okay. So all the best for your upcoming examination. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching this video and see you in the next video. Thanks.